All right, in this video, I'm going to show you a hack to be able to follow up with your leads when you're using GHL's new conversational AI flow-based builder or the form-based builder. I'm going to focus on the flow-based builder right now because the form-based builder would be a little bit more tricky to do this with, maybe even impossible. But somebody in my community, Ivan, was asking how to solve this problem, and it is a limitation. They currently have this feature to automatically follow up with leads when they are mid-objective. Let's say you're asking for the lead's address and they just stop responding. That was a feature that was originally released in the conversational AI prompt-based builder, but now with the flow-based builder, it is not available. At the time of recording this, it is November 10th. Probably by the end of the month, they will already have this released and automated, which will make our lives a whole lot easier. But if you're currently serving a client and you need to come up with a solution for this, Ivan does right now. Here is a hack that will work. Now, I'm going to show you, we're going to just build one together, and I'll show you the follow-up workflow I use. Now, there are some limitations. As a reminder, HighLevel is probably going to release this soon. So if you're seeing this and the feature does already exist, sorry, not sorry. I'm going to show you a static method, which means that our messages are going to be the same every single time, but I will show you another way that you can do it using AI to create some variance in the follow-up messaging. Now, a few things we're going to do. We're going to hop right into it. We're going to create a flow-based bot, just a really simple bot. I'm not going to focus on prompting. We're going to review and explain the follow-up workflow. I already created it, but I'm just going to show you what it looks like. I'm going to explain some nuance and some ways that you can make this smarter, and then we're just going to demo it and test it. So first things first, let's hop in here. I'm in the AI agent section, conversational AI, and I'm going to create a flow-based builder or a flow-based bot. I'll name this flow-based follow-up example, and I will turn this on autopilot. I'm going to remove all the communication channels. I am in a demo account, so I'm just going to use the live chat here. I'll explain some potential issues with multi-channel communication here in a second. It's not unsolvable, but it makes this a little bit more difficult. But for right now, let's just focus on live chat or just one communication channel. I'm going over here to bot goals. I'm skipping bot training because I'm not going to focus on that here in this video. And I'm just going to launch the flow builder, which should open an interface that looks familiar. It looks like the automations. It looks like the traditional automations workflow builder. So I'm going to go over here and save this trigger. And first thing I want to do is create my capture node. So these are our objectives. This is what the bot is going to ask the lead. So let's say address, determine the user's address. I use the term user and lead synonymously when I'm building these, just so you know. 123 Main Street is an example, and I will click save. And the next objective is asking price. So asking price and determine the lead's user's asking price. And then I have a custom field here that's like listing price or something. We're just using this for an example, and an example response would be like 60K. And we'll save that. Cool. So we need something to trigger follow-ups, and that mechanism to trigger follow-ups right now is what I'm going to use as a tag. So what I want to do before we even ask for the address or before an objective is I want to add a tag that can be used as a trigger to enter into a follow-up workflow. So this tag here is going to be asking price FU. Not the best abbreviation, but FU stands for follow-up. And then after the objective is complete, we are going to remove the contact tag. I'm sorry, this is address FU, address FU, save. Let me go back and fix this. That's just naming it. I like to just stay organized here. So what I'm going to do is I add a tag, which serves as a trigger to enter into the follow-up workflow. I'll show you the follow-up workflow here in a second. Once the objective is complete and it moves on from this objective, we'll remove that tag, which should remove us from the follow-up workflow if it works as expected. Now, one thing I am going to add in here is a little wait step, maybe like 1/10 of a second. And the reason I want to do that is to give Go High Level time to add the tag, which triggers the workflow, which removes the contact from the follow-up workflow. So I'm just going to give it a little time to do that so that we're not rushing through this and maybe potentially creating what's called like a race condition where things are just happening too fast and the workflow is not even removed from the initial follow-up workflow, and then it just breaks, right? So hopefully a tenth of a second is right or enough time. But again, this is not a foolproof solution. This is just a bit of a hack to get what we need to follow up. So next thing I want to do here is add a tag for the next objective, which is asking price FU. Asking price FU. So we'll add that tag, which should trigger a follow-up workflow. And then when we're done with it, we will, you guessed it, remove the tag. Asking price. Cool. So we add the tags and remove the tags. Now let me show you our follow-up workflow. So we have two workflows. We have a follow-up workflow and then we have a remove from follow-up workflow. Let me show you the first one and I'll pop open the second one here. Okay, so there's two triggers in this workflow. One of them, if you can guess, is the add tag address follow-up and the add tag asking price, right? Both of these will trigger a workflow. Now I am using the advanced workflow builder. So if you are new to this, this is what the advanced builder looks like. If this isn't an option for you up here on the left, it's because it needs to be enabled in your agency lab settings. But in this case, I find that this advanced workflow builder looks better just for a workflow like this. So once the contact is added, address FU, we're going to wait 30 minutes immediately. Why? This is our follow-up cadence. 30 minutes is arbitrary. I came up with it, but hey, once it's in here, we're going to wait 30 minutes. If they don't respond, we are going to respond with a static message right now that just says live chat FU1, follow-up 1. Then it'll wait another 30 minutes and then send follow-up 2. Now, these are static messages. And so if you wanted something a little bit nicer, maybe with a little bit more variance, you can add something like an OpenAI node in here, ｃhatGPT powered by OpenAI. And then you can prompt it to come up with variations of a specific message and then just use the output of that GPT inside of the live chat response instead of a static message to spruce it up a little bit and add some variance. Now, another nuance to be aware of. We're using a single communication channel here, which is live chat. And so it's really easy to predict where we need to respond on. But if we were using something like SMS or WhatsApp or Facebook, then we would need to have a mechanism to understand where the contact is replying to us from and then make sure that we respond to them on the correct channel. That can be accomplished using like custom fields. Customer replied from Facebook. We set that custom field to Facebook. Then you have a if statement that moves it in here. It'll make this very complicated, which is why it's nice that like platforms like Closebot just handle all of this for you. These are just things that people don't take into account. And even the Closebot, the Go High Level team who's having to build this out, they're having to build out all this logic on the back end. For us, it just becomes very simple. We think it's automagic. We just switch it on and it works. But there's a lot that goes on the back end. But we're going to stick with a simple example here. So if the asking price follow-up tag is added, then it'll also enter into this workflow and start the follow-up cadence. Now, we also have a second workflow, which is a workflow to remove from the first workflow. So when the tag is removed, we want to pull them out of this workflow. So let's say we send follow-up 1 and then the lead responds with the address, then we can remove them from this workflow. Now, there's nuance, right? Because what if the lead responded, but they didn't respond with the address? Well, it'll still be in this workflow and it'll still be waiting the 30 minutes. It's not like it restarted the wait timer. It's only going to wait 30 minutes and then go to the next thing because it's not smart enough. I didn't build it to be smart enough. I built it to be simple. So here we go. We have that, and yeah, it should make sense. Same thing happens whenever we do the asking price follow-up. We remove it from that default workflow. So let's go ahead and test this so we can see it in action. I think it'll make more sense. So if I come here to sites, I already have a chat widget that's created. I just came over here and created a live chat widget called follow-up. If you don't know how to create one, you literally just click new, live chat, and name it what you want. Mine is named follow-up. I'm going to embed this on a funnel so I can demonstrate this. I'll use this funnel here. I already have it embedded. If I come over here, I see the chat widget follow-up is selected. There it is. And I'm just going to open up a preview. And let's start a conversation. Hey, I want to sell my house. Now we're not getting a response. I think I know why, and I'm glad this happened because it might happen to you. We didn't set it as primary. And so let me just go ahead and set this as primary. And once I do that, I should be able to resend this message and the bot should start replying. There we go. It is replying. At this point, the bot should be active and it should be asking us for our address. We're sitting here. The contact should have the address follow-up tag, which should have put them in the follow-up workflow. You see right here, waiting 30 minutes in the follow-up workflow. Let's see. Great, I can help with that. Can you share the address of the house you want to sell? Perfect. All right, the bot is working. We're sitting here inside of the follow-up workflow. I'm just going to go ahead and speed this contact along so we can see the follow-up actually take place. If I come over here, we should see a message come through. Boom, there's our follow-up. So imagine 30 minutes went by. I get it on the live chat. You wouldn't wait 30 minutes. Let's say it went by. There's our follow-up. Now, if I come over here and respond with our address, 123 Main Street, now the bot should remove the tag, which should remove them from the workflow. So if I come over here and let's see, where are we? Looks like we're still processing the response here. Awesome. So we processed the response and it looks like the contact is now sitting down here at the asking price. So hopefully we should have the contact waiting 30 minutes now on the asking price follow-up, which it is right here. Okay, let's come back over to our demo. Got it. What's the asking price for 123 Main Street? We're going to wait 30 minutes. Let me go ahead and simulate that. And if I come over here, we should get the follow-up. Boom, there's the follow-up. And then I'll just say something like 30K, which should remove me from this workflow. Let me wait till it responds here. Give it a second. I'm actually not even sure it's going to respond because it finished its objectives, but so long as there it is, it removed the tag. So it removing the tag should have removed me from the workflow. And there you go. I'm no longer in the workflow. So we're good to go. This is clean. And the conversation is complete. All of our follow-ups worked as expected. So just to show you, this isn't a perfect solution here, but it is a stopgap solution in order for you to implement follow-ups using the new conversational AI flow-based builder. So if you found this helpful, please comment, subscribe. I know this isn't a perfect solution. This is a hacky solution that hopefully, go high level, if you're listening, you guys solve this solution automatically for us. So till next time, see you guys. Peace.